What is going on, everyone? What's going on? Let me know if I am streaming to YouTube. Y'all let me know because I am trying to get on over here because I like to run it over here on the side. Let me know in the chat if I am live on YouTube because I'm not sure that I am. Let me know. And the fact that nobody has chimed in the chat yet. Okay. All right. Thumbs up. Just seen a thumbs up. Hopefully that was a good thing. Let me know. Somebody put a comment in the chat. Let me know if everything is coming through good on the tubes. All right. Cool. It looks like it looks like everything's coming through. Boom, live. Appreciate that, Mark. Appreciate that, John. All right, cool. We are good. Uh, some little last minute uh, adjustments needed to be made to the system when I hit live. I was in the background figuring things out live. I was like, "Yo, what is going on with my mic? What is happening?" And the funny thing is that my wife was at my desk and my son was around my desk, and they actually like my mic had gotten muted. So it was probably just moving the mic away from his reach, and it got muted. I was like, "Why do I have no sound in my microphone right now? I know everything is plugged up correctly, but hey, the joys of going live and the joys of being a content creator when you get ready to try to go live, you never know what is going to happen. So everybody out there, let me know how everything's going your way. We are going to try to keep this one shorter than the last one that we did. We're not gonna be. I'm not gonna keep y'all as long as I did the last time. I'm not going to. But let me know if y'all got any questions. If y'all got any questions, anything, drop those in the chat. I will be answering questions towards the end. It won't. I won't address all of those right up front. I'll probably put those back towards the end where I'll answer all the questions. But I wanted to, before I get into what I really need y'all for, like this is something that I really need y'all's input, and I'm gonna give y'all's opinion a lot of weight in what decision I make and which direction I go. So I will be posing a question. I'll let y'all know what I need help on. As y'all know, last week we talked about where the lawn was, the status of the lawn. We were under attack, whole lot of disease pressure and all of that. Kind of walk through that scenario. I'm actually making a video on that also. So you'll be able to get a video on the breakdown of all of that in a little bit of a shorter form content um, rather than the live. And then with that, you'll also get how I got there, what I did thus far, and what I'm going to be doing going forward. So in here, if you join the live stream, you'll actually get to see some more up to date and more recent updates on that. So let's go ahead and jump into that portion of it. I'll just go ahead and show you where we're at, what the lawn is looking like, and I think we're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. The problem is, guess what it's doing right now? Raining again. It is raining again, and it just seems that we can't get dried out around here. But what I did do is I did get a cut on it last night. I had to go do some client cuts and fertilizations and stuff like that. So after I got back from there, I actually had to cut. It was like 9:15, and I was like, I gotta get a cut in because by the time I get off work tomorrow, I am not going to be able to cut. So I went out there and I cut. I did use my E-Time Master, so it was fairly quiet. I did use the low setting, the eco setting, so it was fairly quiet. Hopefully, I didn't wake up too many neighbors or upset too many neighbors, but um, I had to get that cut in, and I knew I had to get that cut in, and I was like, I'll just have to ask for forgiveness because I am going out here and I am going to get I am going to get this cut in. Uh, and it was like the second dry cut that I was able to get. So I was able to get everything cleaned up, get everything cut nice, got all the clippings and stuff mulched in, taken care of, and it actually looked really good. So that's why I'm glad I was able to get out there and just, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. So this is kind of where we are right now. We'll go ahead and jump into that, and boom, this is what we're looking like right now. I think there is a vast difference in where we were previously. A lot of this area here was starting to show a lot of signs of disease pressure in it. So it's good to see that that is now kind of recovering a little bit. And the good thing with that recovery is it'll continue to happen. Like I said, we needed some sun and we needed some drier weather. So as it started to dry out, you can still see it's still a little off color. But this is probably this main section, like through here, is just looking really good. As you can see, not a lot of disease pressure, basically for the most part, none through this main section here. Getting some good recovery on that right now. Fairly happy. Oh, and if I go back, as you can see, I was able to get my this last portion of the beds and stuff cleaned up. So I got that taken care of. Got that nice crisp edge on there. Whew, that was looking good. Went on and took out one of the that is lavender. Took out one of the lavender plants that were here that was growing into this other um dogwood. It's an ivory dogwood. I really like these, but they are very disease prone. Like they are really riddled with leaf spot right now. I've been doing some research on treatments and everything for it. Even the plants that are at the nursery, the plants at the nursery are worse than mine. So it is a common thing that dogwoods will end up getting leaf spot around this time of year. So I've been kind of looking at some ornamental treatments that I can try to get to. I like these, so I want them healthy and I want them growing and I want them to survive because one of them actually died last year. I had three along here, but that lavender is in just the right place. It's growing, it's spreading, it's filled in. I'm actually make a short on video on this one here. So when I how I did all of that, but looking good overall. Like I said, those are looking good. This section through here looking good. And you can see this is kind of where the disease pressure kind of started from last week when we met on the live, and you can see it's starting to subside a little bit. It's looking a little better. But as I say in the video that I'll be releasing, a lot of this is going to look worse before it starts to look better because you got to push that fungus up, push those affected grass blades. They're going to push up to the top as they're starting to grow. And then you'll cut that off and you'll get into the healthy new growth. And eventually, all of it'll be gone. But we again getting more rain today, which is why I was glad I got to cut in last night. That'll help dry this out once the rain and everything stops. Supposed to be a nice weekend, so we should get a good amount of what's good, bruh. I see you over there popped in the chat. Appreciate that, Q. See you jumped in here. Appreciate you joining. Um, so with that, moving on to the other section. So, like I said, this was a section we were talking about last week. As you can see, we are getting some of the recovery in the areas that were not as affected, or I caught those early on. But you can see these areas here, these are going to be permanent damage areas, like the one, two, three. Like those areas, more than likely they're not going to recover. So those are probably going to look that way for the remainder of the season. I think we'll probably get some of that KBG that'll start to push into those areas, which is why I love having some KBG in my mix when I go down, which is what is in the elevated lawnscapes mix, also known as the Elm Street Elite. So that is one of the reasons why I like KBG in my cool season mix. It is a 90-10 mix, and the KBG that is in there is used, the cultivars that are used in the 365 SS. So some aggressive cultivars that are in there. I do expect that over the course of the season, as I continue to take care of this and mow and fertilize, these areas are gonna get smaller. Like they're gonna get smaller. That KBG is gonna push into those areas. Will they completely fill in? No, they won't completely fill in by the end of the season. Because to be honest with y'all, we only got about 2 more months to go, and we're gonna be aerating and seeding. So don't fret. Like we don't have that long to go. Like honestly, somebody commented on it and was like, "Yeah, they got hit with a lot of disease. They're already looking forward to September when they can do renovations and aerating and seeding." And I was like, "Yep, it's really only like 2 months away. We're not that far away from it. So we just gotta stay the course. Just stay the course. Weather it. I know like I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the way that it looks, but life happens. We kind of got. I mean, I got caught. I explained that to y'all last week. Left the lawn unprotected, and we came under attack. So, but all the other areas in here that I caught fairly early, those are I think the disease spread has stopped and subsided. I will stay up on top of my fungicide program, which I have, and I know I have it, and I will make sure that I am on top of my program for the rest of the season to minimize the amount of work that I have to do in the fall. So that's where we're at on that. And again, just another close up shot of kind of where the areas, like I said, I don't expect this to recover in these areas that are like pretty brown. I do expect some of the green, good, healthy grass that's around it to start pushing into those areas, and we'll probably see a smaller uh, affected area as that KBG pushes in into those areas. So uh, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And then front yard is recovering fairly decent. You can see where I think I caught a lot of the front yard fairly early. So a lot of it up through this area here, remainder of it looking fairly decent. This portion here was where I saw most of it. Like I said, brown patch is where it was what I was experiencing for the most part here in the front yard, but not looking too shabby. And as you can see, these areas here, this is where I got rid of the poor triv. Those areas are coming in really good and blending in. I just got to hit some of the edges. I had to drop some seed on like some of the edge where the areas that I killed off and the new grass, I seeded those areas, but it seems that it just either didn't take or it washed down into the bare area. So not looking too bad. Those areas are actually filling in and blending in fairly decent. And that'll continue to happen over time. So that is the lawn update. So ran through that fairly quickly on the lawn update, and we will go ahead and jump into why we're here and what I really need you all's help with. So if you looked at the thumbnail coming in, I've got my test plot. So I got the test plot. This is rye that I put in. It got demolished with dollar spot. First year grow in or first summer season with it, I did a full renovation in the fall. And the one thing that I do say is your goal on a first year renovation is carry as much grass into year two. Like that's the goal. It's not about having it the thickest and the best and all of that. It's about keeping as much of it alive through that first season to carry it into the second season. And another thing with new renovations, they're sensitive. Like they are very susceptible to a lot of the disease and things like that that more mature grasses are able to tolerate and not be as affected as quickly. But as you can see, and then rye also, just from it as a cultivar and a species, it is just more susceptible to certain diseases, and it's just impacted by it more, which is why I tend to stick on the side of, especially in the transition zone, of having either KBG or tall fescue and a little bit of rye if you want to go that route. But I leaned more towards the KBG and the tall fescue side. So what I need help with is, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Um, I do not want to look at this for the rest of the summer, to be honest with you. I would like to do something different with this area. I have been wanting to do something different with this area. I somewhat had plans of doing something different with this area around this time of the year, probably a little sooner than this. But what I will say is, I want to do something different from with this, and I want to see if you all have any inputs on what I should do with this. My plan that I would like to propose is, would you all like to see a sprigged iron cutter renovation within like the next 2 weeks? Would you all like to see a iron cutter renovation and transforming this area into iron cutter? So I would not side this. It would be a sprig. And a lot of people ask about it. I know a lot of people also have some smaller lawns and smaller area. This right here is about 500 square feet, just under 500 square feet. Um, so what it would allow me to do is I would get sod, because a lot of people have asked about that also. Um, could I would get side, convert side into sprigs. I would show the process of chopping that up, going from, hey, you got side, turn them into sprigs, and then end up sprigging this entire area. And that is the whole process. I would show how you'll go about doing that. A lot of people have asked me about it and have was like, what if I got side? And I tell people about it a lot of times. It's like, hey, if you can't get sprigs, you can just get side, take the side, convert it over into sprigs. A lot of people haven't done it before. They don't know how to do it. So I would be going in and showing that entire process. I don't have any warm season grass under my lawn right now. Like there's nothing warm season, except for the common Bermuda that's trying to come over from my neighbors. They've got majority cool season, but right on this edge here, they've got a lot of Bermuda. Like in this area that's starting to die back. You can see the Bermuda starting to pop up, the common starting to pop up in it. So uh, I am drop it in the chat. Let me know. Drop it in the chat. Let me know if y'all would be interested in seeing that process. The downside to this, the downside to doing this is that I will no longer ever ever have another cool season test plot, because once I put Bermuda in here, that Bermuda will never go away. ever, 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 ever. It may go away temporarily, but it is going to come back. So the thing is once I convert this to warm season, which if I would do it, I would do it. It'd probably end up being iron cutter. Um, that is it would be that and it's gonna be real mode. The Hudson is gonna stay on it. It's gonna be real mode. This is I wouldn't say it's late in the season to be doing a spring job in this area, but it's getting towards the end of the window of me doing it, which is why like I am having this conversation right now because if you all say let's go do it and we decide to go do it, this renovation, I will be spraying it out tomorrow. It'll be either sprayed out tomorrow or the day after because we got a little bit of rain that is supposed to be coming in. I think we've got more rain coming in tomorrow, so I'm gonna let that rain pass. And after that rain passes, if we decide to go with this, it will be getting sprayed out within probably the next 48 hours. It is gonna be gone. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what y'all want me to do. What would y'all like to see? Are y'all interested in that? Uh, Rendell, I see you say do it. Um, yeah, we got some yes sir. We got some yes sirs coming in. Tundra guy, I see you say go Bermuda in that area. That's what we talking about. Um, Try Zoysia. So if I was gonna go Zoysia, there is a Zoysia that I want to try. I do agree. There is a Zoysia that I want to try, and it is Gateway. I would not have a chance to be able to get that done this year. So because I got to get it, it's not readily available just yet right now. MVP Genetics has Gateway Zoysia that they are actually having a field day July 17th, I believe, out in Missouri. That they are going to be fully releasing Gateway Zoysia and doing a lot of promotions and letting people know more about it. Um, if I was going to do Zoysia, I would do Gateway, and I'm not gonna be able to get my hands on it this year to be able to do that and use Zoysia. I do want to take care of some Zoysia though. I do want to do some Zoysia work so I can kind of get that under my belt to know what I'm working with when it comes to Zoysia. So I would love like to turn this into iron cutter and cut it at like half inch, maybe maybe Bermuda at a half inch, iron cutter at a half inch or less. Uh, yeah, yeah, I would I would like to do this. And then too, like this area here gets a little shaded, especially during this time of the year. So I am interested in seeing how the iron cutter performs in these areas down here. So it's like a line like right through right about here that gets like some pretty heavy shade. So I'm interested in how this performs. And if this would to work, I would feel more comfortable about doing a full renovation on one of my clients' lawns to give them Zoysia, because about maybe about 2/3 of their yard is full sun that would be perfect for iron cutter. I'm just concerned about the other 1/3 of the yard, which is right in the front along the sidewalk, just like mine, that I'm not sure is going to get enough sun for it to thrive. So this would allow me to do the test to see what's going to happen, to see if it's going to get enough sunlight, how the Bermuda is going to perform. Like I said, I'm concerned about this area here and the amount of shade that it gets and if it's really going to be able to fully establish and thrive. So again, like it's not 100% perfect scenario for me to go do that. But that would be the way that I go. I see Super TA. You said try some Zoysia too. Yeah, I would like to, but like I said, I'm not gonna be able to have to get my hands on that. Um, yeah, yeah. I either got to reseed it, which I this time of year I don't feel like reseeding rye right now. Yeah, I don't feel like I don't feel like doing that. I know what's there is gone. Lottie said you've got Bermuda grass here in Georgia. Yeah, I mean Bermuda's a great is a great grass type to have in that warm climate like Georgia. I recommend it to a lot of people. Recommend it to a lot of people. All right, let's see. Uh, I like it. Break out the holy water. I'm gonna be honest. I almost sprayed it about a week ago. About a week ago when I got back and it was looking the way that it was looking, it wasn't looking this bad. It really turned about I haven't been back 2 weeks now, a week and a half. I've been back a week and a half. It really turned about a week ago, and I was like, I saw that this area here, and I was like, oh, this is, uh, I was like, oh, I saw this. It wasn't this bad, and it was on the way out, but then when it finally checked out, I was like, oh yeah, this is gone. Like there's no bringing this back. The thing would be I'd had to rake this out and reseed it. Like Tundra guy said, that'd be the only way to get this to come back. And then to try to reseed it this time of year with it being hot and all of that, like I honestly I don't feel like doing that. I would rather do a iron cutter renovation is what I would rather do. If you all are interested in doing that, it definitely would allow me to show the differences of warm season, like in my yard. Like I know I've done it with my dad, but I don't get a chance to get down there and actually do content on it very often. Like so, I can talk about PGRs. I can provide information on that. I can talk about sand leveling. I can talk about um, herbicide treatments and all of that type of stuff, like more maintenance and care on warm season grass, being that I will have a warm season grass right here to be able to show y'all and be able to provide more information and content on it. So uh yeah, so all right, let's see. Summer kills the lawn and eats it and it gets old real quick, having to reseed this year no matter how much water you give it. Yep. Yeah. Like it's which is why like I've started recommending Bermuda to so many other people. Like if you're in the transition zone and you have enough sunlight, that is the one enemy of Bermuda grass is shade. If you've got enough sunlight, especially if you're full sun, if you are full sun, I don't even recommend a lot of people in the transition zone like going down with fescue and KBG and all of that. It's just getting so hot and so dry. The problem is how dry it is getting during the summers, which makes it hard. Like you either like you, to keep it alive, like the amount of water that you have to continue to pump to it, and then you've got your fungicides and all of that, and they're concerned about like the money that they're spending in the lawn. Like people tell me all the time, like, "Well, I don't want to spend that much money on the product, or I don't want to spend that much money on fertilizer. I don't want to do that." But when you, the solution is you go with the warm season grass type that, yeah, you may go brown. And I just saw somebody say it. Do you like brown in October? I think it'll start to transition, around that period of time. I don't think it'll be all the way brown in October, maybe by the end of October. But the thing is that once you get it established, that's no longer a problem because you can overseed it with rye. That's when the rye comes in. Like that's when the rye comes in and the rye thrives. Oh yeah, you want a green yard during the wintertime? Sure, overseed your Bermuda with ryegrass, and now you've got green year round. And in the fall with rye, you don't have to worry about disease pressure. You've got the rain, you've got the cooler temperatures, you've got everything that the rye is going to thrive on. And then popping out of the spring, the rye is going to look amazing during the spring. You spray it out and then let that Bermuda come in. And then when it's time for all the summertime festivities, like you have your warm season grass that is going to be off and thriving and looking good, and you're not going to have to fight with all this extra water, all these extra fungicides, all this extra stuff. I will guarantee this will be the lowest maintenance area of my lawn. Period. Like I used to not be a Bermuda grass or warm season grass kind of guy. But after when you start looking at it logically and you start applying or you start calculating the cost of what you're putting in, and the average, like things are getting expensive, like things are just getting more expensive, it only makes sense. And especially when it keeps dying every year and every season you've got to come back in, now you've got to reseed it and you get halfway through your you barely make it the 4th of July with a decent looking lawn, and then the rest of that time you're battling and you're fighting it. It's just tough. Like you can look at my dad's lawn. I posted some pictures of that. I didn't put it on YouTube, but I posted them. I gotta put them up here, but I posted them on my IG. That iron cutter on my pop's lawn is on fire, like on fire. So yes, yes, it only makes sense. Like now is why I call this the fourth quarter of cool season lawn care, because it is the hardest time. Like all you're really trying to do is keep it alive. Like once you get past 4th of July, at that point in time, all you're trying to do is keep it alive. That's it. That is all you're trying to do. Um, so yeah, where's the dog say do I like brown by October? Like I said, that first season I won't do it. Like going into this fall, I won't do it. But probably next fall, I'll probably overseed it with rye, and I won't have brown during or in October. So that problem's gone. Like that's not an issue. Will you be able to keep it from spreading to the neighbors? Yes. So that is the benefit of having a hybrid, using a hybrid type of Bermuda. It tends to grow thick and into itself, but it doesn't run. Like there, we've got areas of my dad's lawn where we stopped and where it was the edge of where we sprigged the iron cutter at, and it has only moved maybe less than a foot. Like it's less than a foot. I think it's probably 6 inches maybe. And it was just because that area was kind of bare and it kind of pushed into those areas. Like using a hybrid Bermuda type, it doesn't run and spread like all over the place in other areas that kind of where you place it, like Common does. Common just runs. The hybrids, they tend to just fill in and get thicker and more dense in the areas of where they're placed. But to be honest, my neighbor doesn't care anyway, and it would probably be more of a benefit if they in it. And they've already got Common coming in. I can't zoom in, but all of this right here is Bermuda. Like this is Common coming in right here. Like that area right there is Common, and you can see right here in in my rock area, This is common Bermuda. Like there was a lot of common Bermuda in this area when I started doing my renovations years ago. And again, as y'all see, I just did a renovation last fall, and this right here, these are sprigs of common coming up right here in these areas. I just did a renovation last year, full renovation, 4 5 week burn down. I think I did a 5 week burn down on it. 2 applications of Fusillade with triclopyr. Last application was just glyphosate only on a 5 week burn down, and you can see common Bermuda is already coming back. Hasn't even been a year, and it's already back. So that is the thing with. I'm gonna continue to fight that either way. And again, my neighbors they don't really care. It'll be a benefit if the if the Bermuda start if the iron cutter started going in over there. To be honest with you, um, and as far as other parts of my yard, yeah, I'm only gonna be using the Hudson on this area. So I'll cut this area with the Hudson, and I'm not cutting anything else with the Hudson. The Hudson will be the only thing that touches the Bermuda. Uh, Maybe my one other mower that's like my renovation mower, which I will not use on the rest of my yard. Maybe for like the first couple of cuts, I'll probably use that mower on this area. But then once it gets filled in enough that I can get the Hudson on it, I'll be using the Hudson on it, and it'll be the only thing that touches this. Um, so yeah, let me see if I can answer any of the other questions that have come in. I just wanted to check something in the background, but I think we're good. Uh, yeah, people talking reseeding, ryegrass. Yeah, man, I just don't want to. I'm tired of nothing against ryegrass, nothing, especially nothing against this ryegrass at all. Um, it was just it was first year. It was just susceptible, and I got caught. I left it unprotected, and like it was first year, baby. Yeah, I probably could toss some ryegrass down there, and it'll be germinating in a week's time, and it probably could have this entire area filled back in another 2 weeks. This area will probably be filled right back in. But it's just more work that I, it's just more work that I gotta continue to go do. Um, yeah. Just scrolling back up. I seen a picture of your pop's iron cutter project. Yeah, I posted some pictures of it. Like it's maybe at the end of this, I'll go in and I'll show y'all those pictures. But yeah, man, it's looking good. It's on fire. It's on fire right now. And my dad doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sand level it, but we need to, because it looks so good. He's like, do we have to do it this year? Like, do we have to do it right now? Because basically, we're gonna scalp it back. It's gonna go all the way brown, and we're gonna turn it into a beachfront property with like 10 tons of sand on it. And he does not want to go from a nice, good looking yard to a beachfront property. But it'll all pay off. And that's what I keep telling Pops. I was like, when we first started this, I had to tell you, like, it would all pay off. That was all right then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's, I was like, we gotta trust the process. Like this is the next thing that we've got to go do. Cause he's cutting it with like a 54. I think his mower is a 54, I believe. Um, and he's got some areas where the septic line, so he's got a septic tank down in the country, so they've got septic lines and drains and stuff, and those areas have settled, so it's not cutting the way that it needs to. So you'll get see like the scalp marks and stuff in there, and we can't get that nice uniform, pristine look all the way across because of that. And the mower that he's using, uh, we just can't get the cut, and I want to get that cut. Like I want that like inch to inch and a half Bermuda with just like full uniform, just all the way across, level, no scalp marks, no nothing. That is my goal for that yard. And is I know it's big, it's 20,000 square feet, but I just feel like it can be done. Like I feel like it can be done, and that's what I want to do with it. This little 500 square feet will just be a small portion of what I'm trying to do with Pop's yard. But yeah. So let me see. You're talking about the boxwoods. Let me see what that comment was. Oh yeah, yeah. This area here, nah, boxwood. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't turn this area into a mulch bed. That wouldn't be a look of the yard that I would desire. Yeah, less grass to manage, but I don't think I would prefer that look along that area. Good idea though. If you wanted less grass to manage, um, I think that would work. Do. Let me see. They'll have a full iron cutter in your lawn in 5 years. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. It doesn't push that fast. Like it really doesn't push that fast. Like we're on year two or 2 year grow in year. Is this 2 or 3? I keep forgetting how long ago we did my dad's. I think this is year 3. I think this is season 3. And like I was saying, on those areas that were right up against like where we stopped it, and it is going into the other grass type that the centipede, like it's only pushed in like a couple inches. Like hybrids don't really run away from each other like the common really does. So like I said, if it does push over there, it'll be an upgrade for them. It'll be an upgrade for sure. Red rescue. Keeping cool season grass. Yeah, it's just hard. Sounds like a plan. Bermuda. Yeah, Bermuda grass overseeded with rye. Like yeah, it's that is a common practice. A lot of your baseball fields and things like that, and athletic fields are warm season grass, especially down in the south or in the transition zone. They'll a lot of those are warm season base, which is like a more typically a Bermuda, and in the winter times they'll overseed it with rye to keep them green, and then they'll spray them out in the springtime. Yeah, and a lot of golf courses do that too. So yeah, that's a common practice. They actually have Mountain View Seed. While I was out there at the field day, they actually have some cultivars that they specifically have bred for this, which is overseeding. That they are easier to transition out, like so it's easier to spray it out. That rye doesn't want to hang around. So once you hit it with a herbicide, it's gone. So yeah, that is it is common practice. And again, something new, something else that I can bring to the channel, a new dynamic that I can bring to the channel is being able to show all of those processes. And now for this area, I can have the best of both worlds. And like I can have cool season and warm season content available, and it'll be easier to manage. And something different, something I'd love to be able to see. iron cutter under my management program, and seeing what I can do with it. So interested in it for sure. So it sounds like I don't see anybody that had put anything else in for different options. I think it sounds like we are going to do a renovation. It seems like we are going to do a renovation. Where's yeah, it's yeah, man. If it's hot and if it's hot and dry, yeah, man. No need to keep those applications small. No need to push a whole lot of FERC during those hot and dry periods. Just enough to keep it fed. A little bit of AMS will work. Like I said, I told y'all I sprayed a tenth of a pound on mine. I'll probably be doing like just those little spoon feedings throughout the summer, which is typically what I do, and just to keep it fed, keep some nutrients and stuff in the soil, so that it's actively growing and can fight through any of the other disease pressure, anything like that that it's going through. So uh, yeah, don't fret. You'll be able to get that Phoenix down in the fall. You'll be able to get that Phoenix down when stuff cools down a little bit. If you can go down a quarter pound, if you can get your spreader calibrated to be able to go down with a quarter pound, that's an option for you also. Oh yeah, just flew in to Baltimore. Okay, well, enjoy your stay. Hope you got your fungicides and stuff down before you left, or whatever applications you needed to get done. Because I failed to do that. I failed to do that, and hopefully you will come back to some. Hopefully everything will be all right when you get back. You should be fine. You should be fine. And Brent said hydrotain it helps in the summer when a cool season long. Yep. Those surfactant wetting agent type of products. Yep, they do help. I would probably prefer a wetting agent, but having the right grass type in the right place is the ultimate solution. The ultimate solution where you don't need an additional product to help you get through the summer. Putting the right grass type in the right place is is the ultimate solution to that, which is also what I'm trying to show and also present. And I'm simplifying my efforts here also by putting the right grass type in the right place. That way, I don't have to go buy hydrotain to be able to help me get that area of my lawn all the way through the summer. I can have the right grass there that I can put the right amount of water on it, not needing that extra amount of water, and we just cruise right on through the summer year round. Uh, yeah. Brian, the summertime is not the time to be seeding. Um, the summertime, like exactly what happens is why I don't recommend doing spring seedings. For sure, why I don't do seedings during the summer. Uh, Fall time, especially, it sounds like you were going for a cool season grass type, is what you were planning. I'm not sure what you were planning, because if you had planted warm season grass like Bermuda or something like that, it wouldn't have died off. Especially if you kept the water to it, it would have been cooking. It would have been growing. So the fall time is the time to do seeding, or if you have to do a spring seeding, It is early spring. It is as soon as you get the soil temps to get germination, you should be out there seeding, which a lot of times in the transition zone, that's that that's that April ish time frame, depending on how the weather conditions go. But that April, May, depending on location and how the weather is going for that season. But the best time is the fall for planting seed and overseeding or doing renovations. I think okay, that's an option for you also. That's compost is basically a fertilizer. So putting some fertilizer down helps. Speaking of mushrooms, yep. Don't worry about mushrooms. Keep mowing. That's the solution to mushrooms. It just means you've got a good amount of. I'm not gonna say excessive, but you've got soil moisture. You've got a high soil moisture content and organic matter that is naturally in the soil. Um, that's where mushrooms come from. Keep mowing, and they'll eventually go away once the soil moisture level comes back down. They'll go away. Just mow them away and keep it moving. Nothing really to worry about with mushrooms. Uh, yeah, I don't know what I mean, if you're a silver engineer or not, growing seed in the summer, like yeah, I'll leave that. Yeah, that's not the growing a cool season grass in the summertime does not work. Like I said, we're trying to keep mature, established, cool season grass alive. Like we're struggling to keep that alive. Think of new grass that is only a couple of weeks old. It's not gonna have any roots. It's like the sun is gonna cook it. Think of it as an infant, as a little baby. Would you take a infant or a baby out into 100-degree weather and sun and let it sit there like all day? Like that's not good. Like the grass goes through the same thing. It's not established. It doesn't have a root system for it to be able to survive at that point in time. Like grass is very similar to the human life of development. Like it needs time to mature and grow and establish itself and become immune, build up its immune system to a lot of the environmental factors that it experiences, just like a baby when it's young. It gets sick a lot. I got one that's upstairs right now that's sick. Like, so uh, they get sick a lot because their immune system hasn't built up yet. Very new grass is the exact same way, which is also why I feel like my test plot that I was just showing had a lot more, it was more impacted by the disease pressure than my other established portions of my lawn because it was just more mature. It was able to survive a little longer and hold off before it was really impacted by it. So, yeah, do not recommend summer seeding for a cool season lawn. And in New York, I would assume y'all went with something that was cool season. So other than that, um, other than that, I think that's all I have. I don't see anybody that has any more questions or anything like that in the chat. I'm trying to keep these to like an hour, hour and a half, and as of right now, I am 3 minutes under being right here at an hour, so I am right on track. Uh, Seems like everybody's got their questions and stuff out, and it looks like we're gonna be doing a iron cutter renovation. So as soon as this rain passes, I will be getting out and breaking out the holy water, and we're gonna get rid of some ryegrass, and we're gonna get us some warm season MVP genetics iron cutter, and yeah, it gives me something to be excited about. Gives me something to be excited about again. Even though I'm excited that my backyard is definitely it's definitely coming around. It'll be fine. I'm looking at it, and we just need to. I need to keep my fungicides and stuff on it, and we need to dry out over the next couple of days. I think we've got just today. We've got over a quarter inch because we had a quarter inch before I got here. Just today, we've got a half inch of rain. We got a half inch of rain today, and we've got more rain on the way over the next 12 hours. We got more rain on the way. So half inch is not bad. Half inch was probably about what it needed. That's like one watering cycle for me. So if we stay around a half inch, I think we'll be good. And then we dry out for like the next 3 or 4 days. Kind of looking at it, I think we're supposed to dry out and be nice for the holiday. So yeah, after we get through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're supposed to be all dried in. Everything should be correct. It should be exactly what the lawn needs. So we will get that renovation started here probably on mm, Wednesday evening. Wednesday evening, I'll probably spray it. I'll probably spray it Wednesday evening, and we'll get rid of that ryegrass, and I'll reach out to the side farm. I will be getting these from Collins Wharf. I'll be getting the side from Collins Wharf. Talk to my guy Jason out there. Amazing guy. If you need any iron cutter and you're in the DMV area, especially in Maryland um, or DC, they typically they do delivery also. I'll be getting it from Jason out there at Collins Wharf. With that, I'll be able to show the process of how I'll take sod, break that down into sprigs, and then use those sprigs to get the iron cutter established here in the test plot. So all of that content will be coming to you. I think we've decided on that now, and we'll go ahead and get it going. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Tell anybody else that is interested in a warm season renovation to tune in to the channel, because we'll be bringing those videos and that content to you step by step, and showing you how to do all of that. So it'll be some great content coming along with this renovation, and let's go. Let's get it going. All right. I don't think I have anything else in here. Uh, I think that's it. That's it. I appreciate y'all for joining, and I should be getting another video out sometime this week. I got it in process that I'm working on editing right now. So the weekend, maybe sooner, but probably by the weekend, you should be seeing a video coming out that I have in the editing process right now. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining, and we will see y'all on the next one. As we always say, just know we work.